Hello everybody, it's Sara. Welcome or welcome back. Today, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I'm coming at you with something very different from what I normally do, and that is I am going to do kind of like a room makeover video. Yes, I'm finally jumping on the trend that has been going on since the beginning of the quarantine. I am very late, but it's finally happening. It just took me like 7 months to finally realize that I was getting very tired of my environment because I have been spending so much time in this room in the last couple of months, and honestly I am so sick and tired of it. So I really want to change it, and I thought it would be fun to document the entire process, so here we are. So as you may already know, I was actually supposed to move out of my parents' house this year. I was supposed to move out in the summer, but then we found an apartment that was only available in the fall, so we decided to wait. But then things just keep on being pushed back, and it turns out that I'm probably only going to be able to move out of this house in the month of March. And when I learned that, I just couldn't see myself staying in this room any longer as it is, because I am really craving change. So I am going to try and trick my brain into thinking that this is a completely different environment by switching things around. Like in any other proper room makeover videos, let's just go into the before shots of my room. I'm going to insert a beautiful video right now. So yeah, this is my room as it stands. I forgot to film this before footage before starting to film this intro, so my chest of drawers is already in the middle of my room. It kind of ruins the before effect, but you know, it's fine. So yeah, basically the biggest changes that I want to do in this room is that I want to repaint those red walls because I am so tired of this color. I don't dislike it like as a color itself, but I'm just so tired of having it on my wall. So I want to paint the walls the same shade as the others, so this kind of like white beigey color. So yeah, I'm gonna put that color everywhere. I also want to move some of the furniture, but I think that I'm going to keep that a secret for now, like what I want to move and where I want to put it, so that it's just, you know, a little bit more exciting. But yeah, so I just need to move my desk because it's still in the way, and then after that I'm gonna be ready to start. So I guess I will see you once I start painting.
Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Chapter 1.
Underneath it all is exactly all right.
Nor could I pass unnoticed a suggestion of the shores of Lapland, Siberia, Spitsbergen, Nova Zembla, Iceland.
Have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. You're worth it.
Hello! So it is a couple of hours later, and as you can tell, I am done with the first coat of paint on the walls, and obviously this is just primer, so it looks absolutely atrocious. But yeah, I'm gonna do a second layer slash coat. I don't know what the exact English word for that is. Anyway, I'm gonna do a second later, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start on the color, which is so exciting. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Hello everybody, and welcome to day 2 of painting. So as you can tell, yesterday I finished the second coat of that white base. So yeah, now I need to put on the beige, and it's pretty early this morning, but I am ready to start. So let's do this. And also, just thought I'd let you know before I begin that I am still listening to Jane Eyre. I have listened to like I think 4 hours or something of the audiobook, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So good progress is being made on both fronts. We love that for me. Okay, let's begin painting for today. it is day 3, and as you can maybe guess, I have finished painting. Woo! So yeah, now I need to put everything back in its place, and I'm so happy I'm done with the paint. Well, most of the paint. I still have one little project that I want to do because yeah, that was tedious. But now, like I said, I'm going to put everything back in its rightful place. So like my drawer, my mirror, my desk, everything is all over the place. So I'm just going to move those things so that we can work a little bit afterwards. So let's go. Okay, so now that everything is back in place, I also wanted to move around some furniture, and the only two things that are left to move around in this room are my bookshelves and my bed. So I basically want to switch them. So I want my bookshelves to be over here and my bed to be over here. So the first step to do that is to remove all of those prints over there so that I can then empty my bookshelves, move them over, and then move my bed, and then work on my little painting project that I have in mind. So let's do that. done with my bookshelves. It stopped recording in the middle of it, so I'm sorry about that, but yeah. Anyway, it's probably not gonna stay that way. I don't know. Maybe I will make like some changes in the next couple of days. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I just ran up. But yeah, now it's time for my little painting project. Basically, I want to do a paint arch over my bed, but when it's open. So right now it's closed. I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna trace the arch, and then I'm going to paint it. And I think I'm gonna keep the color a surprise. I don't think I'm gonna film the entire process because honestly it will probably stress me out. But I will definitely leave the tutorial that I'm following down in the description box, so if you want to recreate that, you can. So yeah, I guess I'll see you once the end result is here. Well friends, welcome to my new room.
I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a dream that I can speak to. I found a
So first things first, I wanted to start with this little corner, which is basically my kind of like dressing area. All of my clothes are either in here or in here. And as you can maybe already tell, I went with this kind of like vintage-y type of decor and stuff. So I have this absolutely beautiful vintage looking map that I got on Redbubble. I don't think that it's an actual real vintage map, but I thought it was super pretty. It has a lot of illustrations throughout it, which I really do love. Then I have this thing right here, which is a jewelry box, but I mainly keep hair accessories in there because I don't really wear jewelry that much. And then I have these three very old books that are super pretty. They're books about French literature, and I don't think I'm ever going to actually read them because they're very fragile, so they're more like decoration for now. And then right next to that, I keep all of my bookmarks in this little box that I do really love. And then finally we have my beautiful plant Entrepta, whom I really love. And she normally spends her days on the windowsill so she can get all of the light that she can. But for the sake of the video, I just plopped her over here because she's pretty and I wanted to show her off. Then over here we have my desk, which is where I do all of the work that needs to be done. This is where I do all of my editing, all of my research for my masters and all of that. So it's a very important corner of my room, and it used to be very bland. The walls used to be bare and all of that, and I decided to add those two beautiful posters that I also got from Redbubble. I'll try to link everything down below as much as possible in case you're interested in getting all of those things for yourself. But yeah, I chose those two posters because they're absolutely stunning. I love them so much, and Monet is one of my favorite artists. So obviously when I saw that poster, I really freaked out. And I also really love trees, so this one also really called my name. Then on the other side I have this beautiful vintage picture of Notre Dame in Paris, and this is a poster that I got when I actually went over to Paris a couple of years ago. I just said Paris and then Paris in the same sentence. This is a bilingual struggle if there ever was one. I also have this cute little print of a unicorn on top over there, as well as this print that says books are magic. This is by Books with Leo. I will obviously leave her store linked down below in the description box if you want one for yourself. Her prints are absolutely beautiful. And then right next to it I have this Daylight little postcard. This is actually inspired by the song Daylight by Taylor Swift, who is one of my favorite artists. And then right on top of that one I actually have another print coming into the mail from basically Brit, so I will also leave her store linked down below. And then obviously on my desk I have my computer, I have a little pencil case as well as notebooks, and finally my Himalayan salt lamp that I just absolutely love. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite things in my room. Then if we move along once more, we have what is obviously one of my favorite parts of my room, and that is my bookshelves. Obviously I adore books, so I really wanted my bookshelves to be kind of like the star of this room, and I think I definitely managed that. You really cannot miss them. And if ever you're curious, I organize them mainly by series and authors. I do read a lot of fantasy, so I have a lot of series in my shelves, and then I mainly organize them afterwards by hardcovers and then paperbacks and height and just whatever looks good together, really. There truly aren't any rules to organizing your bookshelves, and I feel like mine definitely reflect that. And definitely the fact that I moved them around and put them here instead of being on that wall really changed my room, which I really love. I think it looks so nice, and it definitely makes me feel like I'm in a completely different space. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. And then finally, obviously the first thing that you see when you walk into my room is my bed. So this bed doesn't really have a frame, and it's very close to the ground because it's actually a folding bed. One day I would really love to have an actual bed frame because I think that would definitely be prettier, but right now I really need this type of bed so that I can save some place and so that I have room whenever I'm filming one of my videos. It has this very beautiful comforter that I got from Society 6 a couple of years ago, and I just love it so much. It has so many colors, so many details. It's really one of my favorite parts of my room. The newest thing about my bed is that I added those decorative pillows, which I never had before. I never had decorative pillows before in my life, and I really love those. They're just simply white. And there's also this very cute kind of velvety pillow layering on top. And then obviously we have this little painted arch that I did just behind the head of the bed, and I really love the effect it gives. I love the color. It's definitely not perfect. The lines are a little bit wobbly, but from afar you really cannot tell, and I think that it adds just such a personal touch to my room, and I really love it. And then right next to my bed I have this new lamp that I got, which I am absolutely obsessed with. It's gold and it's just very simple. I also chose a very soft amber light bulb to go with it, so the light at night is just super cozy and it's perfect to read in bed. So yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite things. I love it so much. Alright, so this brings us to the end of this video. I think that if there was one thing that I would add to this room to make it completely perfect, it would be just a ton of plants. But because I live in the basement, I think this will have to wait. But you know, once I move out and I do another room makeover, you can see me just go out and buy as many plants as I can fit into my new room, because that is definitely what's gonna happen. But anyway, I hope that you really enjoyed this video, even if it was really different from what I normally post. But I am just the kind of nosy person who really loves to watch room makeovers. So obviously when I had the opportunity to do one of those kind of videos, I had to take it, and I really hope that you enjoyed it as well. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!